timed up. Let's go to Brian on the line in New Tampa. Brian, welcome to the Chris Markowski Show.
Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hello?
I called in last week about this whole light rail system.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've reached some kind of a compromise with you on this about a way that we can, involve the capitalists as well as help out society. And I think one of the things they should do is they should maybe go 50-50 on the investment between the government and the private sector. But I think there should be some restrictions on who they can hire. I think if they start with having to hire homeless people, getting them off the streets, I think they need to hire undocumented workers. Those are people that are trying to provide a better future for their families. You start with requiring that they hire at least half, if I had my way, be 90% homeless and undocumented workers. I think you'd see something that's pretty successful all the way around, and it'll save the taxpayers a lot of money.
Oh, okay, Brian. Where in the Constitution of the United States does it say that a company or an entity must hire someone, gives them the right to hire somebody from a certain economic class over somebody else? Last time I checked, I thought this country is all about getting a job based upon merit.
Well, sometimes, but I think in most instances it should be based upon a person's circumstance.
Oh, so basically a job should be doled out based upon a certain person's circumstance. So if I'm hiring people at my company, the first thing I should consider, rather their resume, rather than they're qualified for the position, is what their circumstance is?
Absolutely. Because
then I would go out of business.
Society stronger.
Brian, do you think that my clients would look very, very they would look very happily on Markowski Investments if I started hiring people off the street with no qualifications and managing money?
Well, I think you have some responsibility then to train those people. I mean, you're bringing them on board. You're paying
I've
them
got
wage,
responsibility to train people and send them to college and do all those various different things. Why is that my responsibility? I did it on my own.
You own the company.
But it's my responsibility to send people into college. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just hire people that went and did that already on their own?
Well, if you had a good social conscience, you'd know that you're bettering society, and the better society is for everybody,
so it's my job. It's my job to do for people, what they should have done for themselves.
Well, maybe they didn't have the chance.
What? They didn't have the chance? What?
Maybe they got
everybody who goes to college was born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
Well, I mean, maybe they were addicted to alcohol or drugs at a younger age.
And okay, that's all well and good, and we live in a nice but benevolent society, and you know what? We can try to help those people out, but it's most certainly not my responsibility to send them to school and to force them to do. I'm sorry. You've got 1,000 opportunities here in the United States of America. This is a place of 1,000 screw-ups where you can turn your life around.
Yeah, 1,000.
And it's not my responsibility, nor is it anyone else's responsibility to do that. You have to take that upon yourself.
Yeah, 1,000 opportunities in a country of 300 million plus people. I think you said it right there, Chris. There isn't enough opportunity in America.
There's plenty of opportunity in America if you want to go out. I'm not saying 1,000 opportunities for the entire country. I'm saying there's 1,000 chances. There's many different things that you can do, Brian. And it's not someone else. If you rely upon others for your lot in life, you're going to fail. Rely upon yourself. That's what this country is all about, relying upon yourself. If you want to go live in a socialist country where there's 100% employment, or a communist country, you know what? I'm sure Cuba would love to have you. North Korea would love to have you. You can go there and you'll be able to have a job. The funny thing is, there was a story that came out today. They have a lottery every single year, Brian. Every single year here for this country, a lottery for green cards to come here to the United States. Despite our weak economic condition here in the United States, it was a record year. 15 million people applied for that lottery, for that green card lottery. The magic ticket. United States green card. 15 million people. Record.
So you're telling me that you don't think, as a business owner, a guy that's making a ton of money on the backs of the little guy, that you owe more to society than just going about your business?
Brian, how am I making money on the backs of the little guy? This is where you're lost, man. Wait, you think that my employees are not happy? for the job that they have? My employers are not happy the fact that they're working and I'm, providing for their families?
Well, are you paying them enough?
I'm doing it on their backs.
Happy with their salary?
I mean, Brian, you got a real weird sense of looking at things. Jobs are there, and owners will pay people what they're worth. This is why minimum wage makes no sense. So McDonald's should be paying people $100 an hour?
I think that's a good start.
Okay, that's a good start. Okay, there'd be no McDonald's. They'd be out of business. They can't afford it. You can't afford it. Brian, do you have any idea how many hours small business owners work over the course of a week? Do you know it's a 7-day-a-week job? 120 hours is usually what goes on for small business owners. Busts in their hump. You go drive by businesses, you drive around Tampa Bay, and you look at some of these office buildings late at night, you see people that are still working to the wee hours of the morning. I'm up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning to start my day, Brian.
Chris,
4 o'clock.
Do you remember me calling in last week?
Yeah. Okay, a very popular call.
You asked me about whether or not I was working, and I told you I'm kind of between jobs. Well, I decided after that phone call I was going to do something about it. I was going to pick myself up by my own bootstraps and move forward. Good for you. I'm proud of you. I've decided that I'm going to pursue a lifelong dream. I'm going to go into performance art, and I'm going to make it on my own. I went to the library. Sorry, how are you going to make money doing performance art? How are you going to do it? Hang on. Let me tell you. I went to the library last weekend, the public library near downtown. I got on a computer. I brought up the National Endowment for the Arts website, and I've applied for a government grant. And if that comes through, I'm going to be in business, and I'll be supporting myself, and I won't have to take any. So once again, Brian, you're relying upon others. You're relying upon a government grant for a living rather than being the best performance artist you can be. I'll be honest with you. The National Endowment for the Arts is a travesty. We should be doing away with it. We shouldn't have it. Why should I be paying for art that I don't like? Anything. The grants are free. Don't you understand? It doesn't cost anybody anything. Sure it does. It costs me something. It's taxpayer money. Do you think that there is some tree somewhere, Brian, the money you're making, they just pick money off the tree and they spend it on all these various different things? The government has to derive its revenue from the taxpayer. And then I'm going to see about possibly being able to perform at some of the public schools and in public parks in the area, so there won't be any cost. Well, if you can make money, Brian, you know what, Brian? If you can make money without taking money from your fellow citizens, taking money, because that's what a government grant is. No, I would earn it through my art. Okay, that's earning, but you know what? You're applying for a grant. Why should you be applying for a grant for? If you're a great performance artist, what do you need taxpayer money for? Well, if you're great at what you do, people are going to be banging down your door. Most people aren't going to really pay money out of their own pocket to see performance. Then it's not a job. It's a hobby. I mean, I played lacrosse. I had 2 games this past weekend. Okay? It's a hobby. I did it for fun. Well, I didn't get to get paid. You say it's not a job, it's a hobby. I'd like to think of it as a jobby. Kind of in between the two. Anyway, I'll call you next week to give you an update. All right. Let me know how that government grant works out for you. Oh, God bless America. Got to take a break there, kids. I just got to digest that. We got a couple calls here. Please be patient. Okay, I have to digest that once again. 866-977-4820 is the number. 866-977-4820. You are listening to the Chris Markowski Show, where we, I guess, inspire people to become performance artists. I didn't realize we did that. Got to take a break.